Is there a particular place you can put this blame on? And it's because you're into publishing, so I want to know, is it that our education system is not giving us enough for people to, be able to read or even develop the interest in reading? Or it's just that naturally this part of the world is just positioned in a way that it makes it difficult for anybody to, consistently be reading?
About the educational system, I mean, I don't think that, yes, there are issues with our educational system, but then there are issues with our attitudes as well. Yes. And I'll work on this question on two fronts. In terms of the educational system, if you know anything about schools generally, both public and private, you might find that schools don't have great libraries. So where are public libraries? There aren't, a lot of them. I know that the Ghana Library Authority is trying their very best, to get books in the hands of kids. But typically, is there a library in this area?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. There should be a public library where people are exposed to books. Are there libraries in the schools? That's the other thing. You need, because the level of exposure to books is one of the things that will get children to read. And then also there's a focus on textbooks, required text, because they have to study and then go pass exams. But I always say that at the end of the day, whether it's JHS or the WASI or university, that will finish. You and I are not in school. We are doing lifelong learning, right? So it's those reading skills that you acquire in school that will take you over and beyond what you learned. So it's very important for our educational system to respect the whole publishing industry and then libraries as well. Because publishing is actually about content development. It's anything and everything. This thing we're doing here right now, published. After we're done with this program, what if a book is produced about what we just did? And then it's sitting in libraries, right? Or it's on the streets or somewhere in a bookstore for kids to read. When that happens, we've added value to what we did here. That's publishing. So it didn't end with a 30-minute interview with me. It ended with a story in the hands of a child who never thought that there was something called publishing as an industry. So that's what it is. So our educational system should respect reading and the importance of books and libraries. Just general access to, whether it's in church or wherever, it's just important for people to read. That's number one. And then number two is it's parents. I mean, there are times when you go to a book fair and a parent would approach your stand and they're like, my kid has got all these books already. They've got so many books. So what is happening there is that they haven't drilled down to the details to figure out whether there are some other books that the kids are likely to want to read. They think they've bought enough.
They have enough.
They have enough. But it's a continuous thing. In fact, what should happen is if you're a middle-class family and your child reads a book, you really should pass it on for somebody else who hasn't got the opportunity to read it. And then you keep buying more. Because the Nikes, the shoes they wear are expensive, the bags they wear are expensive. And, we have to strategize. The people who are in our small towns and villages too will buy funeral cloth. They don't have, any inkling to go buy a book. So it's a national conversation that I think we should have. So the educational system, definitely, the focus on a lot of textbook learning, and then also, the general Ghanaian attitude. But basically, people just are not aware of the fact that when we are feeding ourselves, with Hausa cocoa or what have you, in the same vein, we should feed our brains because it's your brain that will enable you to package the Hausa cocoa better than the way we've always sold it. And all this dovetails into creativity. And I think it's one of the reasons why we struggle so much to solve our problems. The simplest of problems get very, very difficult for us to solve, even in applying technology. And it goes all the way back to reading and our critical and analytical thinking skills. So publishing as an industry is crucial for our national development. In fact, it's crucial for your station.